I'll summarize the thing as so this has like we discussed last week, but let me summarize the repetition. Repetition means so cyclic processes where the instructions, same set of instructions will be executed again and again. So that is called repetition or iteration. So please note this. This is printing even numbers from 1 to 10. How this happens. So please refer to the flow chart which we have already discussed this. So starting a normal start, and then you are assigning C variable value 2. So C is equal to 2. You are checking whether this C is less than or equal to 10. Yes, 2 is less than 10. Therefore, you are printing C, which is 2, and adding 2 to that. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then, so similarly, you can repeat the other steps. So let's say initially C equal to, so then here C equals C plus 2 will then C will become 4. And so that 4, so what is the output? So initially it will display C, which is 2. So then it will display flow. And after that, C is equal to C plus 2 again, third repetition, that is C will become 6, and that 6 will be printed here. Similarly, you can see the other values are also printed. The other values means after 6, so it will print after 6, it will print 8, after that 10. So after that, after 10, it's checking again after displaying 10. So it's adding 2, and the C will then become 10 plus 2 is 12. But 12 is not less than or equal to 10, therefore it will go and stop. Okay, we learn how to implement this in Python also, and we learn how to implement this using these pseudocodes. So one is while, the second one is for, the third one is repeat until. So these are the 3 methods used to implement this. So let me show that also. And so let me take a new file. The first thing is printing even numbers. You can say C equal to, then while C less than or equal to 10. So what you're going to do, print this C, print C, and then C equals C plus 2. So that is what you are going to do. And let me run this code. Let me run this code. And you can see when you run. So what is the output? So running this code, and so it's printing from 2 to 10. So this is the first format. The second format is using for. So if you're using for, so let's print empty line. To print empty line, I'm using new line character. This is the delimiter or character which is used for new line. So then I'm printing same using for loop. That is easy. You can say for some variable, let's say same C in range. You can tell the starting number, and you can tell the ending number, and then you can tell the repeating point. So go 2 by 2, then print. C will display that. Let's see. Let's run this, and you can see the second one prints. The first one print 2 to 10. The second one print 2 to 8. The reason also I explained, when you are printing this using for loop, you have to give one extra value. That means 11. So because when you give 10, when it reaches 10, it stops. When it reaches 10, it stops. Therefore, you have to give 11, because when it reaches 10, it won't stop. But when it passes 11, it stops. Let's run it again. And you can see this printing 2 to 10. And the second one also printing 2 to 10. Knowing these two is enough for the moment, but you can use the third type also. But third type is basically, let's start with a new line. This is the third type. Third type, you are blindly starting. So let's say you are blindly starting means So you are starting the loop initially, then only you are checking whether this agrees with the condition. While true, you are printing C. C is basically 2. Then you are adding C equals C plus 2. So similar to the previous loop that you have discussed, but still you have not checked any condition. While true means always true, always running the this code. When I execute this, you can see it's keep on executing. It's not going to be stopped here. It's keep on executing this. It's not going to stop. But if you want to stop, you have to check if this C is greater than 10, then you have to stop. Actually, stopping can be done within a break. So let me run this. Okay, you can say 2 to 10, 2 to 10, 2 to 10. These are the 3 ways of implementing these loops. So let's print that horizontally. I'm ending using space. So when I end using space, print will not be ended with a new line. It will end with a new space. And so you can print horizontally. See this 2 to 10, 2 to 10, 2 to 10, it's printed horizontally because you are ending with space. This we have discussed. So then I ask you to do the odd numbers. Then I ask you to do the square numbers. So let's do odd numbers. Print odd numbers. So let's give a name. Here you are printing even numbers. Very small adjustment to print the odd numbers. Let's copy the same code, paste it here again, and you can start from 1, go 2 by 2. Here also you can start from 1 and go 2 by 2. Here also you can start from 1 and move 2 by 2, and that will give you odd numbers. It's very, very easy. The starting digit you need to change here. This need to come after a new line, maybe 2 new lines. Let's add to make it more clear. And so no need to write all 3 loops, but I have written because we are in the learning process, I written all 3 formats. Okay, then the square numbers. Copying this again, paste in again. So let me write square numbers. I can start from 1 and go 1 by 1. Here also I can start from 1, go 1 by 1. Here also I can start from 1 and go 1 by 1. But what I'm going to do, instead of printing C, I'm printing C multiplied by C because I need the square value. C multiplied by C. Here also, let me run the code again, and you can see the square number output. All 3 loops are printed in the square numbers. Shall we try this very quickly? So because I know that you have not tried all 3 loops. So please try all 3 loops Please try all 3 loops for the example given quickly. Now, so you said that you have a problem in understanding triangular numbers. Actually, I have explained these triangular numbers last day also. So how triangular numbers are generated? You can see the first triangular number is 1. The second triangular number is 1 plus 2. The third triangular number is 1 plus 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is the third triangular number. The fourth triangular number is 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is the fourth triangular number. Likewise, the fifth triangular number is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So likewise, you have to keep adding incremented integer. Keep adding incremented integer to this number. So that is how the triangular numbers are generated. So let's see how can we do this. I'm copying it again one more time and pasting it again. So this time I'm going to add triangular numbers. So this is triangular triangular number. So I'm starting from 1 and counting 1 by 1. So that will increment the, so whatever I need to be added. So it's incrementing 1 by 1. It's going up to 10. I'm not printing C into C. Instead of that, I'm having another variable triangular number, which is initially 0. Okay, then initially 0. So this is what I'm going to do. The first triangular number I'm going to generate by adding this C. C is 1. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 will be 1. So that triangular number can be printed, Tn. That triangular number can be printed. Then, so after that, C is incremented. Now C is 2. Current triangular number is 1. The next round, the current triangular number is 1. 1 plus 2 will be 3. 3 will be printed. The next, this is incremented by 1. Now this is 3. Now this is 3. And so that 3 plus 3 this time, 3 plus 3 will be 6. So I hope you can understand what's happening. C is incrementing, C is moving 1 by 1 by 1. C value, C's value will be moving. C will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is C's value. And Tn, so how Tn is created, this Tn variable, how it is created, initially it is 0 plus, so this is 1. Then it plus 2, it plus 3, it plus 4. The current Tn will be always increment, always added. So this is not incremented by 1. Instead of that, increment by 1, increment by 2, increment by 3, increment by 4, likewise. It's keep adding. So this is the first loop. So let me run this and show you the output. Can you adjust the second and third loop accordingly? So you can see the first loop is printing triangular numbers. Okay, this way. It's printing the first 10 triangular numbers. So can you try to edit the second loop and the third loop to cater that need? So please do this now. So first one is done for you. If you have any difficulty in understanding, tell me, right? The other two you can adjust accordingly. Okay, so 1, 11, so this is, but is it like this is not print in triangular numbers? This is print in square numbers, and this is also print in square numbers. Actually, what I asked, I need you to edit this to print the triangular numbers, right? That is the question. The question is, so I have already done this one for you, the first one. I need you to edit this one and this one. So this is correct, but this is wrong because like these are printing square numbers still. I need this to print the triangular numbers. Can you understand the question?
Yes.
Okay, so then can you understand that these answers are wrong?
Yes.
Right, okay. So can you edit that? So I need this and this to be edited, right? Dilmi, have you done this?
I'm not done with the last two.
Sorry?
I'm not done with the last two ones.
Last two. Okay. So can you also do the same? Like I need you to edit that. Similar to this one, similar to this. This one I have edited to print this two numbers now. So this one and this one, you need to write that code. And so what you need to do is, don't do the same. These are not correct. So these are the previous two things that we have copied from the previous. These are not correct. So these codes you need to edit so that you will be able to get the same triangular numbers which I have printed in the first one. So do that edit first. Okay. Take your time, doesn't matter, but you have to think and edit, right? Okay. This one, the print C1, 1, 11, right? Okay. Here C is incrementing, like we are using two variables here, right? You have to understand that. So one variable is C, the other variable is Tn. So C is incrementing. So I'm writing here, C is incrementing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and up to 10, C is incrementing. Don't change that. So let it be. So in the for loop, C is going from, okay, that is good. Then Tn initially you have to start from 0. That is outside the loop. So here also you have to do the same in the outside the loop. That means before for loop, Dilmi, can you write this Tn equals 0? Yeah, press enter and then write Tn equals 0 because you have to start Tn with 0. So then how to generate the next Tn? That is the challenge. How can we generate the next Tn? The Tn is basically the current triangular number is 0, that plus C. C is 1 initially. So that is the first way of generating that. So after the for loop, the first immediate line after the for loop, not there, after the for loop, because this you need to repeat, right? This line is correct. This you need to repeat. Yeah, press enter there. Then you can write Tn equal Tn plus C, right? Because you are going to, so same thing, Tn equal Tn plus C. So the first time it is a 0 plus 1. The second time that 1 plus 2. Third time that 3 plus 3. Likewise, keep adding that and you are displaying the Z. Okay. So now just run this code, Dilmi. Have you shared the full screen? Yeah. Okay. Just run this code and just see what will happen. And you can see, okay, this one is okay. This one is also okay. Now the third part. So let's go to the third one. Third one also the same. C equal Tn equals 0. Yes, that is correct. Then while true, Tn. So you cannot print the Tn. Before that, what you need to do, you have to calculate the Tn. Tn equal Tn plus C. So after while true, what you need to do? You have to calculate. Okay. Just after the while. The next line after while, yeah, you can cut that line and paste that above. Paste it as the first line. Before printing, you need to calculate, right? That is how we have done the same pattern. Before printing, you need to calculate. Okay, then calculation and then printing, C equals C plus 1, that is okay. Right, now can you run the code and see? So the sequence matters, right? The sequence matters. Now you can see it's giving the answers. Can you show us the code? So because Tenuka, you need like learn. So same thing, right? Exactly the same thing that we have applied. Only thing is we are having two variables. So let me explain this further. Right now we have done that. And so here also you have to do the same. This is Tn. And then you need to calculate the Tn. Tn equal Tn plus C is the calculation. And then you are not printing the C, instead of that you are printing the Tn here. And here also starting Tn from 0. Then here also print this Tn, but before that printing you need to calculate that Tn equal Tn plus C. That is the calculation part. Okay, that is it. So let me run and sprint in the triangular numbers in all three loops now. Okay, so no need to write all three loops actually in a question. When a question is given, no need to write answers in all three loops. One of these loops will be enough, but you need to carefully understand what's happening in the code. You need to carefully understand what is happening in the code. Actually, variables are like buckets or containers. So variables are like buckets or containers having different values. Here I have two variables. Actually, I'm using two variables. The variable number one is Tn, sorry, C, and variable number 2 is Tn. So let's see how this acts one more time, just to understand the concept behind this. Initially, I'm telling C equal 1. Then whatever the containing value inside this will become 1. Because I said that C equal 1, the containing value of this will become 1. Tn equals 0, then the containing value, the 0, this will be 0. Okay, these are the initial values when we begin. While C less than 10. So you have to go and check whether C, is it less than, C is 1, is it less than 10? Yes or no? 1 less than 10 or no? You have to check. Is 1 less than 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, then you agree with the condition. Come to the next line. Tn equal Tn plus 3. What is Tn now? It is 0. Then 0 plus C. C, what is C now?
1.
1. So what is 0 plus 1?
1.
1. That 1 will be assigned here. So you have to cut down this value. Now this is 1, right? So that is how the first one is generated. Print that Tn, then C equals C plus 1. Current C is 1. That plus 1 is 1 plus 1 is, what is the value?
2.
2. Okay. Then the next round comes 2. You are checking again 2 less than 10. Is 2 less than 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then do the calculation. Tn equal Tn plus C. So what is Tn now? Tn is 1. So what is Tn plus C? So it should be, now Tn is 1. Therefore, Tn plus C will be
3.
1 plus C is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So that is the value that will be assigned here. Now this value will be 3. Okay, then you are telling C equals C plus 1. So C equals C plus 1 is C is currently 2. C equals C plus 1. The new value of C will be 3. Then you are checking whether 3 less than 10. Is 3 less than 10?
Yes.
Yes. You come back and calculate Tn equal Tn plus C. So what is Tn now? Tn is 3 now. So what is C now?
3.
3. So 3 plus 3 will be 6. So that value will be assigned here. 3 plus 3 will be 6. 3 plus 3 will be 6. Okay. Then what? Then you are checking, you have to increment this C. C equals C plus 1, so C will become 4 now. Now you have to find the 4 less than 10 years. Then you can say Tn equal Tn plus Tn is now 6. C is 4. So what is the value of this now? 6 plus 4 is 10.
10.
Yeah. So then C equals C plus 1. So you have to increment C as well. So C will become 5. Right. Can you understand how this loop acts now?
Yes.
So can you understand why we have edited these two loops like this to cater this need? So why, like how this happens? All 3 loops, can you understand?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
or no? Right. Okay. So which one is easy to you? Is it while or true while or is it for?
While.
While
Wow.
it is. Okay. Right. So 4 is also easy, right? Because 4 has few lines. Everything you can give within few lines. You can just give the initial value. So where to stop and how to step. Everything can be given. Right. While is also clear. While is clear. 4 is shorter. Okay. So I need you to try some other exercises now. Right. I'll guide you. Actually, we need to practice repetition. It seems like we need to practice repetition further, as still like you're struggling with that. And I'll give you a very small thing. Okay. So if I print like this, if I try to print some string, let's say hi, into 4 times, it's just printing hi, 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 hi. Right? Strings can be multiplied. Okay, what I need you to do, you to print these patterns. I need you to print these patterns. Can you see? So 1 asterisk, 2 asterisk, 3 asterisk, 4 asterisk, 5 asterisk. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7 this way and this way. So can you try to print these patterns? Right, I'll guide the first one. I'll guide you by telling the answer for the first one. Let me take a new file and I'm going to print asterisks. Okay, let's see. I can start with 1. How many asterisks I need to print? How many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. I can say while c less than or equal to 5. I'm going to print. So first time 1 asterisk. That means I can print asterisk into asterisk multiplied by asterisk. But asterisk inside the quotation, that is a string. When it is inside the quotation, it will become string. I'm going to multiply that by c because c is initially 1. So then I need to multiply by 2. Then I need to multiply by 3. Likewise, I need to increment. C equals c plus 1. So I'm incrementing 1 by 1 up to 5. And when I run this, you can see it's printing here. This is the output. 1 asterisk, 2 asterisk, 3 asterisk, 4 asterisk, and 5 asterisks. Because for the first time C is 1, the second time C is 2, third time C is 3. So likewise, the fifth time C is 5. So it's keep on incrementing. Therefore, when you multiply, the value looks like this. So can you do one? There are 2, 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 3 more. So just give a try to print that 3, please. Try this one first. Make it salam try karana. Try this one first. After that, try to print these 3 quickly. First of all, what you need to do is you have to find out how this pattern generated. Right. So can you tell me, so what are the characters printed in the stream in the second pattern? So if I share my screen, can you tell me, so what are the characters printed in this stream? Yes, here. In this line, what are the characters that you can see?
Asterisk.
Is it asterisk only or is there some other characters?
Space.
Yes, spaces. How many spaces are there?
4.
4 spaces. Then how many asterisks?
1.
1 asterisk. Second line, how many spaces?
3.
3 spaces, 2 asterisks. 2 spaces, 3 asterisks. 1 space, 4 asterisks. No spaces. Okay, what will happen to the spaces? Spaces 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Spaces are reducing. Starting from 4 to 0, spaces are reducing. So what is happening with the asterisks? Asterisks are increasing, similar to the previous one. Right? Now you need to write a reducing loop for the spaces. Okay, so shall we write a reducing loop? So let's print a new line to separate. I need a reducing loop. Reducing loop means I need to start from 4 and go up to 0. How can I do that? Let's say I have a variable k. K, I'm starting from 4. While, so what should I do? K greater than, so I have to move greater than or equal to 0. So I can print. So instead of the space, I'm just printing, instead of space, I'm printing hashes. Okay. Print hash into k. Print hash into k, and then I can say k equal k minus 1 because I need to reduce this. If I run this, you can see reducing hashes. So reducing hashes. So what I need actually at the end, I need to add asterisk, right? So I have reducing hashes. Now, so hashes can be replaced with space now. Hashes can be replaced with space. So if I put space, you can see reducing spaces. So this is how you think, right? Reducing spaces, reducing spaces, 4 spaces, 3 spaces, 2 spaces, 1 space, 0 spaces. reducing spaces, because since it is not visible, that is why I put hash, just to show that there is something, right? So later you can replace it. And after that, what should be there? There should be asterisk. I can add this to asterisk because adding. So adding strings can be done. Adding strings is called concatenation. That can be done. But you have to decide how many asterisks, because I just add one asterisk, it looks like this. So if I add one asterisk, it looks like this. The second line, you need 2 asterisks. Third line, 3, 4, 5. So now I have given a tip. I have given the help. So can you try? Can you try how to increment these asterisks now? We have done that already. Okay, see whether you can get it. Just give a try. Now, reducing spaces can be added similar to this way, reducing spaces. You need increase in asterisks. Here, you need increase in asterisks. Just give a try. Okay, so this is the thinking pattern. Similarly, yes, you can just, you have used 2 variables. Actually, so this is good. This is good because we have tried it anyway. So this method is correct. Similarly, you can try the other things, right? I'll actually keep that as a homework. But so let me give another idea to you. So this can be done, right? So whatever you have done, so you just added the C here, C equal 1. You're starting from 1, and then what you have done here, you have incremented C equals C plus 1. Very good. That is what you need to do. Here C is, then you can see it's printing this, and later you can replace this with space. When you replace with the space, you can see it's printing this pattern. Actually, one more thing, you can do this with a single variable also. How can I do this with a single variable? Actually, C is incrementing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see this is decrementing, K is decrementing, K is decrementing. So I can use decrementing K to find incrementing way. So what I can do is I can write something like this: 5 minus K. 5 minus K. Then what will happen? 5 minus K. 5 minus K is first time K is what? First time K is 4. 5 minus K will be 1. The second time K is 3. K is reducing, K is 3. Then 5 minus K will be, so what is 5 minus K? Yes. When K is 3, 5 minus K is 2, right? So did you understand that? I'm just using same K, but giving some value. 5 minus K, the first time K is 4. So let's draw the boxes. So this is easy. So what will happen to the K? K value is changed in first time K is 4, the second time K is 3, third time K is 2, fourth time K is 1, and the fifth time K is 0. That is why you can see 4 spaces, 3 spaces, 2 spaces, 1 spaces, and 0 spaces. Okay, can you tell 5 minus K then? What is 5 minus K? So what are the values that you will get? That you will get for 5 minus K. First time when K is 4, what is 5 minus K?
1.
1. Second time when K is 3, what is 5 minus K?
2.
2.
Third time when K is 2, 5 minus K is 3. Fourth time when K is 1, 5 minus K will be 4. The fifth time, 5 minus 0, it's 5, right? We can see this is intermediate, is going from 1 to 5. So this way also, using the same variable, so without using 2 variables, just using single variables, that can be done. Still the same result, right? Still the same result. Okay, the way that you have thought and done is also correct. So that's why I said one solution can be taken using multiple algorithms. Okay, now as homework, you have 2 more challenges. Just take a screenshot. Please try to do that. Right? You have 1 week of time. Just practice. So in coding today, what you need is practicing. So there is nothing other than practicing. I know it's a bit difficult, it's logical, you have to think a lot. Maybe so since you are in your little age, you have to think a lot. You have to like work out with your brain. This is not work out using your physical body. You have to work out with your brain exercises. Think and think and think. So you have to tune it. So similar to the exercises, physical exercises you do. When you work out, you can shape your body. Similar to that, when you work out, you can shape your mind too. You can shape your brain too. So these exercises are for working out. So please go through these exercises again and again and practice it again. And then you can come up with the result. Actually, this I have already done now, right? This I have already done. So this one only you have to think. So let's see that in next week, right? Okay, then have a nice day. Bye. Please take a screenshot right before you leave.
Goodbye.
Bye.